Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. It's the weekend, which means only one thing. It's time for that weekly news roundup. As usual, we will begin with FPGA gaming news, the MiSTer, the Analogue Pocket, and any other FPGA gaming news out there that is worth reporting. After that, we'll have a look at some random and retro gaming related stuff. Before we go further in, guys, just want to point out I do have a Patreon set up. So if you want to support the channel further, further than just liking and subscribing, then well, you can do so. Also want to mention the sponsor of the weekly news show, MiSTer Add-ons. Check them out for all your MiSTer needs, whether it's a full setup or just bits and bobs. Finally guys, don't forget to check out London's best arcade, Free Play City, an absolutely awesome place to hang out. I also want to mention that I do have a Discord. Definitely join it. We kind of meet up there and we chat and we play games together. So if you want to play a game, I want to get into like the new Virtua Fighter. So if you want to play, head over to the Discord and we can all play. Let's kickstart this week with this, and guys, I am excited. I can hardly even say the word, and there's a reason why I'm excited, so bear with me. Let's have a look at this tweet from Vertec. So, completed the reverse engineering of the Konami 053936 3D plane generator chip used by a bunch of GX games, which had several undocumented settings. One thing less to do. What's really interesting here is Harringay response to this, and he says, I was looking forward to this, and we've got a shot of a slam dunk. So naturally, when I saw Vertec and Harringay conversing and seeing this shot of a basketball, I started to investigate. My investigations led me to System 16, and here we go, the 053936, like there, it's for 3D graphics, and looking more at System 16, Konami GX hardware. Okay, so let's have a look at the games that are available on this. Definitely check out System 16, it's a very, very good resource. That's the list of the games, but we'll go through them one by one, and this will start making sense for you when we go down the list. Okay, so what we got here, Daisy Kiss, okay, anything with kissing, yeah, I guess I'm down with that. Then we got this one here, Dragoon Might, looks like a fighter, don't know much about this. Fantastic Journey, you know what? Goku, how do you say that? Gokuju Parodius, anything Parodius, love it. So looking forward to that. What we got here, Golfing Greats 2, a golf game. We know Neo Turf Masters is the best, but hey, I'll test out any other golf game that comes out. Lethal Enforcers 2, Gunfighters, here we go, Sit in the Wild West, quite a change. Racing Force, here you go, for everyone out there that likes racers, a racing game. And what we got here, Run and Gun 2. Contrary to the name, Run and Gun 2 is not a run and gun game. Look at it, Slam Dunk 2. And going back to Harringay's tweet, is this what Harringay's looking forward to? Run and Gun 2, a basketball game. So again, very, very interesting, guys. This is just early days. This may not even happen, but hey, when I see stuff like this, I definitely get excited. Wonder what the future holds with these. Always interested in what Vertec and Harringay have to say. So, Rushing Heroes, a game down here. American Football, or as you guys call it, football. We call it American Football. Salamander 2, again, another Konami shmup. Absolutely love it. We had Salamander, aka Life Force, released recently, the original one by Raki. But yeah, Salamander 2, awesome. Then we got Sexy Parodius, and everything about Parodius is sexy. Soccer Superstars, or as we like to call it over here, football. So again, interesting stuff. Very, very interesting. So Taisen Puzzle Damar, Crazy Cross. Hey, if you're in puzzle, but it's got ladies in the background, so I guess that is dandy. And another one here. Okay, so Tokimeki Memorial Taisen Puzzle Damar. Keep thinking drama, also known as Crazy Cross 2, Tokei Puzzle Damar. Okay, there's a few of these games. We've got Twin Bee, Yahoo! Magical Twin Bee again. Love those games. What we got here? Versus Net Soccer, Winning Spikes. So there's a few sport games in here as well. Again, guys, super interesting. No idea what will become of this or when something will become of this, but again, super duper interesting. Well, here's something very, very cool. The Sega Saturn core now has support for the Sega STV. If you're unfamiliar with what the STV system is, it's an arcade system based on the Sega Saturn hardware. It's very similar, and at the same time, it has some different elements. What's amazing is we kind of covered this on the channel, had an initial look at it when Electron Ash got it working before SRG 320 added it to his core, where we got like Cotton Boomerang working, but we had no access to the controls. What's really cool now is, as well as SRG 320, members over on the Mr. FPGA Discord have been working on this. I think it was Electronash that got the controls working. Zach generated a whole bunch of MRAs. So these games, rather than the way you load the Saturn core, where you load the core and you select your game, you actually select an MRA, which would be the way you select an arcade game in the arcade list. And guys, for the whole part, this is a fantastic system. A few games were working. The fighter that you saw at the beginning was Groove on Fire. This one here, I'm not going to try and pronounce here. It is actually a vertical shooter, but I couldn't flip the screen, so it's running as a horizontal. I was actually holding my controller sideways when playing this, but it's amazing to see this support coming over to the Sega Saturn core. The Sega Saturn core is excellent, and it's nice to see, this core kind of derive from it. Excellent progress is being made on this, and if you want to get involved in the testing, then head over to the Mr. FPGA Discord, go over to the Saturn channel and try out these test builds for yourself and watch the progress. No doubt there'll be more stuff working on this as time progresses. And a massive shout to everyone in the community, you know, whether it's Kuba J, Z Sensei, Mario, developers like Zach, Electronash, and most of all SRG320 for his Sega Saturn core, which this core came from. Can I get a hey for CPS3? Well, let's have a look at what Raki, core developer Raki, known as @RCA VictorCo over on Twitter, they have been doing some work on CPS3 hardware, and let's have a look at this tweet. Capcom CPS3 PPU, delayering and automatic tools are essential. It looks like 600 to 500 NM for sure. Toshiba could probably reverse engineer that for about 100k bucks. Okay, so just something interesting on CPS3. Still maybe a long time away, who knows on what hardware, but anything to do with it is always exciting, because this game here, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, is absolutely badass. And if you like those NFC cards that you can use with projects such as Zaparoo, then you might want to check this out from Anime Otaku. So the tweet here reads, first public release of Full Art 2025 PSD template. It's very easy to add your own games to the template. I kindly ask to contribute your PNG files back to this project. So if you're making your own games or making NFC cards for your own games, then hey man, contribute your PNG so other people can enjoy them too. But heading over to the GitHub page of this project, or this NFC cards project, there's a whole bunch of templates there. For the arcade, you've got general CPS2, and then look, very nicely done. You can see all the systems there floating about on your screen. So, you know, if you want to make your cards, well, start using these templates. Martin Donlon, also known as Wickerwacker, an absolute heavyweight FPGA core developer. You may know Martin for his excellent IRIM cores, in particular two of my favorites. The IRIM M72 has games like Ninja Spirits, R-Type, The Legend of Hero Tomna, as well as like stuff like Dragon Breed. Then we've got the IRIM M92 core, which has R-Type Leo, Ninja Baseball, Batman, among other games. But Martin has also done hardware projects. Recently they did the Mr. Laggy, a very cheap to make device that lets you measure display lag using your Mr. FPGA. Well, this time they have developed a device called a PicoROM. In a nutshell, let me explain it to you like you're 5, because that's how I understand stuff. This is something that will benefit FPGA core development, especially when evaluating hardware. It speeds up certain processes. So the tweet here reads, PicoROM is a 2-bit 70NS ROM emulator in a small package designed for rapid iteration and prototyping. I've spent the last few weeks refining a version that I feel is ready for anyone who would benefit from a tool like this. For sale here on Tindy. So there's a link there if you do want to get one. Links will be in the description if this is something you can benefit from. So Martin here says, I made 50 of these, put 40 up for sale, and it only took 3 days for them to sell out. Super happy that there are people out there that will find a use for them. I make around $10 profit on each one, which is enough to make me feel like I'm not just giving them away. And if we go over to Tindy, you can see there's some here. It's $25 to buy, and there are 5 in stock now, at least at the time I am filming this. So yeah, very good stuff. Martin does excellent work, whether it's hardware or software. So amazing. If this is something that would be useful to you, then follow the links and get yourself one. If you wanted to get some PlayStation SNAC cartridges for your Mr. Multi-System, well, you know what, you may well be in luck. So our tweet here reads, Black PSX cartridges are up in the shop. Works with multi-system and MiSTer. We have also added more countries and regions for shipment of products. If you had any issues ordering, check again, especially for Australia, New Zealand and Canada. And just flicking through these pictures, here you go, you can see it for yourself over here. And if we head over to the link that's in this tweet, you can see that the price of this item is $32.39 including taxes in the UK. If you are a proud owner of an Analogue Pocket with the combination of the Analogizer, well, here's some good news for you. So fixed Analogizer Amiga core updated to version 0.3.2 to fix a small error. So if you were experiencing an error on the Amiga Analogizer core, well, test again, that error may well have gone. And having a look at another tweet from the developer Random Monk Free, Analogizer configuration tool will be used with the newer Analogizer cores, except the JT core starting with the Amiga core. So hopefully that streamlines the process for Random Monk Free and more cores get Analogizer configuration. I always say, guys, I love it when you guys reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to me if you ever have anything that you think will make interesting viewing for you guys, the viewer. Doesn't matter, I'm very approachable, so reach out to me on Discord, Twitter, well, wherever you can reach me. So the Wolf Bunny pinged me over on the FPGA Gaming Discord and they said, hey, Mr. Pixel Cherry Ninja, do you know I do a whole bunch of pallets, and you should have a look at them. I think they're very nice. And I had a look at a few, and you know what? They are very nice. And they've made a whole bunch. They're compatible with the Bud Dude 2 cores, as well as I believe the Spiritualized cores. So if you want to check out some of these palettes, then definitely check out the Wolf Bunny 64's palettes. We'll have a look at a few of them now. So hopefully I've got all the names matched up correctly. I'm pretty sure I have. So this one over here is called Super Saiyan Blue. And then the next one here is called Eva 01. Number 3 here is Fairly Odd Palette. Oh, let me press that. Here we go. That's one of my favorite games, Zelda Link's Awakening. Then number 4, we have got Baja Blast Beach. What we've got for number 5, Nokia 3310 version. So there you go. If you're feeling nostalgic about your Nokia 3310, you've got a palette that matches that. And finally, down here, we've got Hollow Blue. So if you're interested in stuff like this, maybe you want to check it out. It should be available via Pup Data and Pocket Sync, and play about with these palettes. Find the colors that you like and use them on your Analogue Pocket. And once again, the Wolf Bunny 64, thank you for reaching out. Guys, cast your mind back like a little while. When these shells were first announced, we had a look at them, and for the most part, we kind of agreed that they are quite expensive. But pricing is always subjective. It depends on what your situation is, how much disposable income you have, and if something is value to you. There's some people I speak to, they're like, why'd you pay what you did for an Analogue Pocket? I got an Ambernick for like $30 or $40. So again, it's completely up to an individual what they like to spend on. So Retrodicted here over on Reddit has made this post, and in the post they're saying Full Metal Analogue Pocket make it even more premium, and they're showing off the metal shells that they bought. They're saying down here, I have to say, in my collection, Analogue Pocket has very unique look and eye-catching compared to other. Here is my pair of metal Analogue Pockets. I will get more metal case in future, worth collecting. So there you go, man. If that's what you want to collect, that's for you. And heading over to the page, you can see that's $190. Likely there'll be a delivery charge on that, as well as local taxes. So if this is something you want and you like the look of these shells in the video, then maybe this is something you want to consider. What actually comes with that? Do you get a D-pad as well? Okay, fix some issues on original shell, multiple colors, all buttons are metal. Okay, so I think you may be getting buttons and a D-pad with this, because I can see a new D-pad here. That is definitely not the D-pad that we get with the Analogue Pocket. So maybe if you missed out on a limited edition aluminium Analogue Pocket, maybe this is something worth considering for yourself, you know, if this is something you want. Now, what I will do is I'll leave a link to this Reddit post. If you've got any questions about it, feel free to ask this Reddit user. Maybe they can answer any queries you have, and maybe this is something you guys want to pick up. I do have to say, they do look really nice. In this section of the video, we'll have a look at what is going on with the Tang Ranger consoles from Sipeed. So most recently, Sipeed have been showing off the Tang console, the 60K version, 60,000 logic elements, and it runs a number of cores that have been ported over. So this tweet here reads, which FPGA gaming or which FPGA retro gaming setup do you want most? $49 finger size 50 by 25 millimeters for NES, SNES, the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, and Mega Drive. Or do you want a $99 Tang Retro console for most game? Or for $149 you get a Tang Retro Pocket with a 3.5 inch screen? Or the higher end of this, $199 Tang Retro Console Pro, 5-inch screen, all retro port, and then joystick plus video out physical card slot. I imagine that will be using like one of the larger Tang FPGA boards, possibly the Tang Mega, the 138K logic element board. So sounds very interesting. Received quite a few votes. I voted obviously for the handheld, the Mega handheld. So it'll be interesting to see what comes next, and it'll be interesting to see how successful the Tang consoles are. I'm looking forward to getting one, and when I do, I will put it through its paces and share the results with you on the channel, hopefully via a video and a live stream. But having a look at this was really interesting. So Nanta Mario is a developer that's ported over most of the cores from other FPGA systems like the MiSTer FPGA over to the Tang series of FPGA boards. So over here they are saying the cartridge socket passes the test of reading the game title. So I couldn't quite see clearly now, and I wanted to make sure, so I did ask Nanta Mario earlier on today. I said, is this for the Tang console? And Nanta Mario answers, yes, it's the Tang console board with the GBA cartridge port. So that's interesting. I know a lot of you guys out there with original hardware and original software with your cartridges like running your cartridges on FPGA devices. That's why analog devices are very popular. So there might be a way for you to run your Game Boy Advance carts on a Tang console. Again, very interesting, and I am looking forward to testing out a Tang console on the channel. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, what do we have here from NEO-GEO? Big shout out to NEO-GEO, in fact, for highlighting this project, because I found out from his tweets. So Double Dragon 1 NEO-GEO playable demo. Now we're not talking about the fighting game Double Dragon that the NEO-GEO has, which for the whole part I do enjoy playing. So this includes files for MiSTer Analog Pocket MAME Darksoft Neo SD MVSX. You can pretty much play this anywhere you can play a NEO-GEO game. And guys, I tried this out on a live stream earlier, and honestly, it's really good. I had a lot of fun with it. I like the animation. I like the way you fight on it. It feels like a good game, and I can't wait for this to get fully completed into a fully blown game, like a full release, not a demo, so I can play my way through it. This tweet here that I will link, it has lots of download links in it, so you can you can just download it and play it for yourself. But definitely try it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a great game, and you know, who doesn't like Double Dragon? Dreamcast still getting a lot of love. Not only have we got Grand Theft Auto 3 and we can play Counter-Strike on it, well, guess what? This week you can now play classic RuneScape on there, which from what I understand is an MMO. I've definitely heard the name. I've even known people that play it. Never quite played it myself, but you know what? You can play it online on your Dreamcast via this here, Runecast, right? A way of playing. So RuneScape Classic client ported to Sega Dreamcast. I won't say any more, but if you want to play this on your Dreamcast, check the link in the description. So this is something that really does look amazing. I've got like a MetaQuest 3 headset. I don't use it often enough. I generally use it for watching movies on in bed. It feels like I'm in the cinema because I really don't like going into the cinema. But guys, this just looks amazing. It's got a download link in this video by Jason Steele, and seriously, this is just wicked. It's like the ultimate bedroom you would have loved to have as a kid, or maybe you did have a bedroom like this in the kid. I didn't have a bedroom like this, and everything is playable. You can go over to the TV, you can watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you can go over to that PVM and you can play whatever game the NEO-GEO is running. Go over to that TV there, you can play Super Mario Bros. 3. I want to try this out, I just haven't had the time. I have actually downloaded it, so I should really get it working on my PC and then kind of have it like showing on my MetaQuest 3. Yeah, I'll have to kind of work all that stuff out. I haven't really dabbled too much with my PC, kind of like putting stuff over to my MetaQuest 3. But if you're a veteran with VR, you definitely want to try this out. It really does look amazing. Like, I need to try this. Back in the day, did you play Vigilante? By the way, I like Vigilante is one of those games. I loved it and I hated it at the same time. I did find it quite difficult when it came out. I can't remember what system I played it on, whether it was ST, Amiga, or like one of the 8-bit computers, but it's a great game. It kind of rewards recognizing enemy patterns and then destroying those enemies once you know those patterns, kind of like a newer version of the classic Kung Fu Master. But did you ever play it back on the Amiga and you thought, you know what, I just wish this game had Parallax scrolling? Well, guess what? NEO Games has got your back, adding Parallax to Vigilante's Stage 2. Works quite well, but it introduced some palette issues I am trying to solve. New demo coming soon with more stuff, so keep an eye on this, keep an eye on NEO Games. Maybe you'll be enjoying Vigilante on the Amiga with Parallax scrolling. Do you have a friend called Dave? Well, I can tell you that in the UK, everyone has a friend called Dave. Even me, I have a friend called Dave. We haven't spoken in a while, but I need to ask Dave if he went to a cave, because maybe this game is based on my friend Dave. But having a look at this game, and all jokes aside, even though those jokes aren't funny, Cave Dave looks really, really good. It's a Game Boy Color game, and guys, the reason that I like it, or I like the look of it so much, is it reminds me of like Rick Dangerous. Definitely inspired by Rick Dangerous and games like Splunky. But yeah, it looks good. It's available for the Game Boy. It's $1 to buy the ROM over on itch.io. And over here it says Game Overview. Cave Dave is an action platformer in its purest form, armed with a limited supply of ropes and bombs and your wits and cunning. The aim is to plunder the free caves in each system to find Dave's beloved PSP. Hey, love the PSP, while avoiding the many inhabitants which lurk in the darkness. There's even a secret system should you have the chops to unlock it. That's it, go play. So again, looks really, really good. If you like Game Boy games, you can play stuff like this on your Analogue Pocket. Often stuff like this, they do make them available as a Game Boy ROM and also as a .pocket file for convenience. So check it out. You can probably play it in a browser as well. So yeah, Cave Dave looking good. So guys, that about wraps it up for this week. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then a subscription and a like is always super duper appreciated. Don't forget I have a Discord. Join the Discord if you want to play multiplayer games when I'm not filming stuff, and just to kind of hang out and chill. Anyway, be absolutely awesome to one another. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.